Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, I stumbled upon a video regarding a meeting that was conducted between the Kenyan delegation and the Somalian delegation that was formed for the participation of the two countries to jointly participate in development agendas and other affairs.
The Minister for Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Somalia, colleague ministers from Somalia, and my colleagues from Kenya, and all our technical teams present.
So I'm looking at this meeting from a different perspective. I don't know how many of you will agree with me, but I'm looking at this move by the Kenyan government to try to counter the growing threat from the Somalia's move of proposing FAWZIA Yusuf to be one of those who's going to contest with Raila Odinga. Earlier on, there is an analysis we did here, and in that analysis, we mentioned the OIC's move to support FAWZIA, and the OIC member states are around 26 countries in Africa. So I think this is the reason why the government of Kenya has realized that this is the major threat. So I want us to delve deeper into this latest development regarding this video by MUDAVADI, the speech that MUDAVADI made there in the joint committee. You know, it's a joint committee that is seeking to unite Somalia and Kenya matters development. Before you do that, please like this video, because that is the only way you support the work of our channel, and subscribe if you're not subscribed before. To existing subscribers, thank you so much for giving this channel an opportunity to grow. There's a time somewhere there in February, I did an analysis here and I said one of the requirements or the demands of each country is a particular interest they have. That is, if you want a support from a particular country, then what are you going to offer? So William Ruto had been making tours of other countries in East Africa, some countries in West Africa, some countries in Southern Africa, you know, in a bid to try to convince them to support Raila Odinga's AUC candidacy. But you understand that William Ruto has been avoiding Somalia, you know, lately. So the latest events that forced Somalia to propose FAWZIA, Djibouti to also propose Mahmoud Yusuf, could have been the reasons why the Kenyan delegation had to have this kind of formation.
We look forward to smooth and speedy conclusion of whatever is pending, so that we can have the quick action that is required and expected by our citizens. We also once again want to appreciate that as we sit here to conclude this, we also have the presence of the Prime Minister of Somalia in the country. And he's not just going to participate in this process, but he's also leading a high-powered delegation to the Fertilizer Summit that is going to take place in the next few days in Kenya. We really
a formation that is seeking to cool down this growing pressure that is threatening to, you know, deter Kenya from ascending to that position of AUC chair. Mind you, the only threat to Raila Odinga right now is Somalia's FAWZIA. And why is it so? Because in the circular that was released in the morning of yesterday, it indicated that through some local newspapers that the OIC member states, 26 of them, are going to throw their support behind FAWZIA, Somalia's proposed candidate for the AUC chair position. Now, if you look at what happened last week when Raila Odinga came and he was mad, I think to a level whereby now he had to attack William Ruto, some people linked that brutal attack, the verbal brutal attack on Ruto, to the AUC. And there's a people in Kenya Kwanza found themselves, on the defensive of William Ruto, trying to defend William Ruto from these remarks. But you see, the people in Azimio said Raila does not have to get that AUC position. I think what they were trying to say is that it's not that important to Azimio. I mean, the presidency is more important than even that AUC chair. So you realize that what has happened to get Musalia Mudavadi to convene such a high-level meeting between Kenya and Somalia?
First of all, just to say congratulations to all of you for bringing us up to this stage. And looking at the deadlines you are giving yourselves, it means that there will be no sleeping, because the time frames are very tight. But I think that's a very good thing, because it reflects the commitment from both sides to make sure that we can quickly finalize these arrangements and MOU so that our people can benefit.
Could be maybe a message that Raila had passed to them that they are doing too little to contain the pressure. Mind you, because of after those remarks which Raila Odinga made on Friday and Saturday, that is when now this idea of OIC supporting Somalia's candidate surfaced. So one could easily link Raila Odinga's statements and the OIC's move, Organization of Islamic Countries, OIC, the move. So I can say, this is my own perspective, that maybe Musalia Mudavadi realizes there's need to talk to the Somalian counterparts so that they can, there can be some kind of reciprocity in this. You give us your vote and maybe denounce your candidature, and then in return we give you something. Mind you, Kenya has been supporting Somalia for so many years. The best that Somalians could do was to also support Kenya in their agenda. Mind you, we've had a police boss from a Somali or of Somali origin. We have ministers of Somali origin. We even have provincial heads of Somali origins. We have so many people of Somali origin. So the best thing that the Somalians could do or can do right now is to simply reciprocate. What does that mean? They can simply give Kenyans a vote. But I know there's the issue of a border crisis. The crisis, the Indian Ocean, that issue of boundary, that according to the international courts, there was a directive that Kenya should give out that part, but Kenyan government refused. So I know the main reason why Somalia could be fighting back is because of that border dispute. I think that Kenya said they would fight to the last breath to contain it. So that explains why even the issue of Al-Shabaab could be, escalating. So those are some of the things. But I don't want to talk about those issues. I want to focus on this move by Musalia Mudavadi and how it's going to add value to Raila Odinga's, AUC bid. I think this is a major boost for me. That's what I see. If Kenya and Somalia can agree, then I think we have a consensus here. Because the thing was that AU had said East African should have a consensus on which who to propose. The person is going to be proposed. If there is consensus, then there will be no need for election, because they had given that position to East Africa. But if Somalia insists that it must go to the ballot, then there is a problem, because the 26 member states against the 55 states of member states of the AU. So you find that if you remove 26 from 55, you're left with 29. So maybe 29 is what Raila Odinga will be scrambling for. And if he loses 4 of them to the Somalian candidate, then there is a problem. So I think this move by the government of Kenya is seeking to solidify its position in their quest to have Raila ascend to that AUC chair. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of this revelation? What's happening there? The meeting between Kenya and Somalia. Don't you think there is a possibility that is to convince Somalians to denounce their candidature of FAWZIA? just go below the comment section and offer your comments. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you have not subscribed, please take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Till we catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.